You guys, grab your tea, grab your coffee, whatever drink of choice, but you gotta settle down because we got some good hot tea to talk about. When I was going through all the, Bravo hot topics this morning, I was like, oh, there's quite a bit to talk about. And then I saw a theme. There's a lot of John Janssen drama rama. So buckle in, subscribe if you haven't already. And with that said, let's get into it. Okay. We're going to talk about the facelift situation. We're going to talk about the cheatation. We're going to talk about Kelly Dodd. We're going to talk about the 16-year-old that is Alexis Bellino. But the first hot topic, when it comes to John Janssen, aka Johnny J, thanks to Alexis Bellino's rebrand. So Jenna Q, she was what, like one of the original housewives on Orange County, and she was recently on Vicki Gunvalson's new podcast. It's a long name. My friend, my soulmate, my podcast, who she's doing a podcast with Christian Snow, who's like a Bravo blogger, has a blog page. Anyways, what Gina Q said, I was shocked, but at the same time, I was not shocked. I'm going to set it up. Let's hear it. All right, let's listen to it.
There when he was kissing somebody else at Quiet Woman while he was with Shannon.
She was in the
He's a
bathroom.
cheater.
I was shocked. It's like, does he not know who we are? That we're housewives and that we know Shannon's in the bathroom? But it was
he kissed another woman while Shannon was there.
Oh my! Bend her over, French kissed her. It was a girl he had dated on and off since preschool and college and high school. They'd known each other forever. She was going through a separation, so they just sat thick as thieves. And then
Shannon went to the bathroom. Yeah. My God.
Wow, guys. Wow. All right. So basically, everything happens at the Quiet Woman. Apparently, there's no other place in Orange County but the Quiet Woman. So Shannon and John Janssen were at the Quiet Woman. Shannon went off to the bathroom because apparently you can't leave this man alone for like 5 minutes, that he has to, his wandering eye has to find an ex at the Quiet Woman. And it just so happens his, like, I don't know, preschool girlfriend, his high school girlfriend, he looks across and she's there, and then they lock lips. Do you know how fast you have to be? In 5 minutes, you don't even get to say like hello properly to, someone you knew from university or whatever, like it takes time for the pleasantries. So you're telling me this man looked over, saw one of his exes who was going through a separation, and they Frenched, like they locked lips in the middle of the Quiet Women, all while Shannon was gone. Shannon, were you gone for like half an hour, or were you gone for like 5, 6 minutes? This man is so grotesque. And guys, I'm not even sitting here talking about the man's looks, because I do think talking about someone's looks is very like low bar commentary. We're not gonna go there because with John Janssen, Johnny J, Johnny Boy, he gives us so much material. We don't need to be petty and talk about this man's looks. Anyways, I thought that was hot, like some really good hot tea. So thank you, Gina Q, for dropping that hot tea on Vicki Gunvalson's new podcast. Let's keep this train moving and move on to what else is going on with Johnny Boy. You want to talk about the facelift? Let's talk about the facelift. All right, so I don't know why In Touch is acting like this is an exclusive. Like, we all already kind of know, and the court docs are, kind of out there, and this is like a running story. It's not really an exclusive. It's not like a new thing. It's just that there's more of an update to this facelift lawsuit. And even saying that sounds so silly. But hey, in the Housewives world, a facelift lawsuit, it's very on brand. So the update on the money that Shannon owes John Janssen. And just to before I get into the update, so in 2022, Shannon apparently asked John for money for a facelift in 2022. And then in 2023, he had wired Shannon 40K. And then he provided her with an additional 35K. And, this is all for her facelift. And the total 75K, Shannon thought it was a gift from Johnny J. I mean, Shannon girl, be smarter than that. But anyways, so since Shannon and her lawyers are claiming that it's a gift, she doesn't have to owe him back any money. But the update now is that he doesn't have sufficient facts to state fraud against her. Now, I guess John is saying that this is like a fraud case, like, Shannon, fraudulently, is that even a word? Via fraud took the money from him, which I don't think this is a fraud case. This is just, hey, this is not a gift, owe me back the 70K case. But the update is, according to Shannon's lawyer, this is not fraud, and John Janssen and his lawyer don't have, evidence to support that this is fraud. And Shannon and her lawyer wants this to be dismissed. So that's where we are with the 75K facelift lawsuit. TBD. I feel like these two are spending more on lawyers' fees at this point. I think out of principle, Shannon doesn't want to pay him back the money, but I feel like at this point, the 75K, you should have just paid him back. And there is no free meal, ladies. You pay for it one way or another. I guess at the time, for whatever reason, she thought it was a gift. I don't know why. Now, the other issue is we're going to talk about Kelly Dodd. Let's get to her. So the reason I bring up Kelly Dodd, and this is a post from Kelly Dodd from some time ago. Basically, a lot of Shannon's friends are saying how she supported the both of them. She paid for vacations. She paid for everything. So the 75K that John Janssen gave to Shannon for her facelift, she took it as, I don't know for sure. I'm just like trying to, figure out what was going through her head. She probably took it as, oh, since I pay for everything, the 75K, he's just like gifting it to me, and then this kind of balances out all the money I spend on us. So let's take a look at what Kelly Dodd said. This was from some time ago. Kelly Dodd, of course it won't last. He hasn't bought her one thing or taken her on one vacation. She pays for everything. He does give her support in this toxic environment, so she has that. I'm going to get to that. Give me one moment. Shannon deserves happiness and true love. Too bad she's selling herself short and showing her kids that's okay to be treated that way. That it's okay to be treated that way. Here's the thing, ladies. If a man only gives you the good behind closed doors and that's it, this man has nothing else to give to you. And I'm talking about, of course, in a hetero relationship where, traditional gender roles are in place for that couple. So don't come at me with, other commentary. I'm talking about, these sort of relationships. And I imagine Shannon would want a, provider, protector, or just a man who's not like taking advantage of her. Like the bar is so low at this point. Meanwhile, if we move on to Alexis Bellino over here, John Janssen has already bought Alexis Bellino, what was it, like a 12K Van Cleef ring. He's already dishing out, some good coin, showing his love, professing his love for Alexis Bellino a month and a half in. Like, if a man doesn't like you or he doesn't like you, like that, the signs are there. I feel like Shannon, for whatever reason, maybe she felt lonely or whatever, so she attached herself to Johnny Boy, who is just scum. And I don't know, maybe it like validated her in some way, but Shannon, girl, you don't need this type of scum. And then we have Alex Bolino, who apparently is 16 years old, writing things like the tide is high, but I'm holding on and I'm going to be your number one, which what's up with Alex Bellino? Let's see what she said recently. Hold on. So here's a recent commentary from Alex Bellino regarding her relationship with John Janssen. We have looked at engagement rings. We are talking about the future for sure. It gets better every day. We both are kind of like pinch me in the fact that we truly found like a best friend and someone we want to ride the rest of this life out with together. It's pretty amazing. Girl, you've been with this man for like, I don't know, maybe 6, 7, 8 months. You're still in like that, what is it, that honeymoon phase. I guess he's dishing out money on her, but I guess he also needs money from Shannon to dish out on Alexis. Look, I do think these two probably do have a really good connection and they're like into each other, which is great. However, the way they are going about it is beyond tacky. And I don't have it here, but there are things Alexis Bolino is posting on her Instagram stories where she's basically like saying how Shannon apparently is obsessed with them too. Let's be so effing for real here. John Janssen was part of Shannon's life for like what, like a good 3 years. And they currently have legal, drama going on right now. So yeah, obviously John Janssen is, a part of Shannon's life still, whether she, wants him to be or not. And then Alexis Bellino is going around town and on social media and just like, oh my God, I'm with Johnny J. It's like the best thing ever. We're like made for each other. We're doing it 4 times a night because apparently Larsa, Alexis Bellino, and these housewives 4 times a night is like, what you gotta hit. I don't know. It's just super tacky. Guys, with the lawsuit, with the cheesiness from Alexis Bellino, with what Gina Q said on Vicki Gunvalson's new podcast, I feel like this is a lot Shannon has to put up with when it comes to Johnny J. It's like she's not even with the man, but then like she's still dealing with his drama and learning about how he cheated on her while she was in the bathroom. The girl cannot even go to the bathroom. Look, at the end of the day, I think Shannon will have a more, what's the word? A calmer future where she can just enjoy day to day. She doesn't have drama. Once she puts behind the lawsuit situation with Johnny J, I think she can just focus on herself, take time to herself. She was on, what was that? I think on Watch What Happens Live, or she was on Jeff Lewis. I forget which one. But they asked her about dating. And at this point, she's like, I don't know, for almost a year or however long. She said she's single. She doesn't even want to put herself out there. She's just enjoying her own company. And I think this is healthy for Shannon. Like, deal with your shit, deal with all the Johnny J drama. Alexis Bellino's annoying, but like, whatever. Just put her aside. Focus on your 3 girls, focus on your health, your wealth, whatever, and like keep it cute, keep it moving. And I think, well, hopefully she'll have a new chapter, maybe by the end of 2024 or 2025, maybe, what's her name? Patty Stanger from Millionaire Matchmaker will hook up Shannon with someone, or I don't know, maybe, Kelly Dodd will find someone for Shannon. We shall see, but obviously I wish Shannon, good vibes only. Anyways, guys, we got tons of tea coming up, so definitely subscribe, do all the good YouTube stuff, and I will catch you all later.